Who doesn't like cheap and strong fragrances? I'd say for the most part, a lot of us can really enjoy a good cheapie that also has good performance. Even if we have a lot of fragrances in our collection, high-end designers, even into the niche side. There's going to be some people out there who hate cheapies, they hate beast mode fragrances, they hate good compliment getting fragrances, but for the most part, a lot of us here who watch this channel in particular, and a lot of the other ones out there as well, you guys like this stuff. So that's what we're going to be going over, 7 cheap and strong fragrances that always pull compliments. These are mass pleasing, they are super easy to pull off, they're beginner friendly, they're easy on the wallet, and they perform good. That's a nice checklist there, and these cover all of that. I will link these down below to discounters so you can get them at a price that's actually cheap or affordable. If you go and try to pay full retail for any of these, you're going to be looking at $80+, and that's definitely not cheap. We're going to kick this one off with Antonio Banderas, the Icon. So we've got grapefruit, sage, and pepper as some of the main notes. So this one has that blue fragrance smell. But look at that atomizer. First of all, let's do it again. Ready? You can just hear how crisp it is. And then let's take a look at the smell. It's fantastic. It's a fruity blue. So, you know, even though, what do we have for notes? Grapefruit, sage. It doesn't have like an apple or anything like that listed, but it does have this fruitiness, kind of a sour fruitiness, hint of a sweetness. But then a bunch of aromatics come in. The lavender, the sage, a little bit of a pepper spiciness, but it's very aromatic, a slight bit herbal, fruity, fresh, blue. It's one of those things where, you know, a lot of people are going to think that this is beating a dead horse, and it probably is. There are tons and tons of blue fragrances out there, but this is yet another one that provides its own unique twist, and I actually really like it. I didn't think I was going to, but the more time I spent with it, the more I started to come around to it. You know, off of the first spray, you may be inclined to just throw it away, give it away, or just not even try it again. But if you give this one some time, you wear it a few times and test it more, you'll start to kind of pick up on the other aspects of this one that makes it pretty cool. Next up, we have Pepe Jean's Cocktail. Now, do I have my bottle? I don't think I do, unfortunately. Yes, I do. Here it is. I was hoping I did because I did want to smell this one. Smells fantastic. Atomizer isn't as good on this one. So you go from a nice pressurized atomizer to just a, you know, standard one. Uh-oh. That could have been worse. Sprayed myself in the eye. What do we have? It's just one of those days. Yuzu, grapefruit, ginger. As you can see, as I've explained in another video that you probably haven't seen yet, but shelves are looking bare. Shelves had to come down. Floor has to go out. New floor has to come in. This room is a disaster. Everything is just going on all at once. The show must go on, right? Pepe Jean's Cocktail is very, very nice. Surprisingly good. Like, you just may not think much of it. I didn't at first, but when I got this one in and I smelled it, I was impressed to the point where I was smelling it by myself and I was like, oh, you know, wow, that's great. Talking to myself because it's that good. It's very bright with that yuzu, the grapefruit, the ginger gives it a little bit of a spicy kick, a tad bit of a mature smell also. It smells fantastic. You know, this one here is it's really fun to wear, kind of playful, very summer oriented. It doesn't have any sort of a booziness to it or anything like that. It doesn't smell like a cocktail or a drink, but you know, the bottle is cool, the smell is great. It's a big compliment puller. My girlfriend really likes this one as well, and believe it or not, it's a good performer too. Next up, we're gonna go with AJMAL KURO. Now this one here is a Sauvage clone, but a very, very good Dior Sauvage clone. I've got a lot of them, or at least a handful of them. There's a lesser known one called Frank Olivier Bamboo for men. It's also a Sauvage clone. Not as good though, in my opinion. It does get the job done. It's a solid cheapie if you can get it for a good price, that is. But this AJMAL is so impressive for the price of about $40 or so that it's worth mentioning. Ambergris, pepper, lavender, gonna be your note breakdown of choice for Sauvage. Bergamot in there as well, and of course it's gonna be ambroxan, but they like to throw in ambergris to make it sound more fancy than it is. That's what it is. It's a Sauvage clone. Now, what makes this one so special is that it's now, for me anyway, kind of the best Sauvage alternative on the affordable side. It used to be Carbon, Prada Luna Rossa Carbon, $50, 100 ml on the dot, any day of the week. At the time, that was the best Sauvage alternative. Now you're looking at, $70, $80 100 mil for carbon, somewhere around in that range. At that point, kick in an extra 20 and just get Sauvage. Of course, if you like the smell of the product better, you could go for it, but it doesn't perform as good either as Sauvage. The AJMAL is a strong performer, and it is very, very close to Sauvage. Like, it's impressive. Even the quality is really good too. And you guys know I've said this before, and it's something that I say often and we talk about here on the channel because it's something that needs to be said. If you want compliments, if that's what you want, whether you are a guy that is a teenager, you're 15, 16 years old in high school, just trying to get some feedback, or you're an older guy, not even old, but just any other age, and you just want some feedback from your scents. You're spending all this money, you're doing all this research, you want compliments, you have the scent part nailed down. You watch this channel, you've got that part covered. But you want to make sure you take care of the thing that people see first on you, and that's going to be your face, more specifically your skin. We've got a basement to pay for, and we have Tiege Hanley to help us out, so they're going to sponsor this one for us. I love Tiege Hanley. Been using them consistently, and you guys can go look back on my old videos and see the drastic difference. I had acne all the time. My face was oily all the time or too dry. My skin, everything was out of balance and looked terrible. I looked like a teenager, even though I guess I was a teenager for some of that time, but I definitely wasn't, 14 years old when that stuff was really flaring up. Tiege Hanley got that under control for me. I recommend starting with their level 1 system, which includes all of the basics. You get a daily face wash, a 2 times per week exfoliating scrub, a morning moisturizer with SPF 20, and an evening moisturizer that you put on before you go to bed. All of this stuff comes to you every single month for less than $1 a day, which is really crazy to think about. I mean, for seriously, less than $1 per day, you can turn your skin around completely. They make it super easy for you. Takes all the guesswork out of it. You get an instruction card with every box. They tell you exactly what to use, when to use it, and how much of it you need to use. You cannot mess it up. Again, Tiege Hanley, now's the time to get started. Start taking care of your skin. Summer is right around the corner. You want to have that morning moisturizer that you're putting on every single day, every single morning to keep your skin from getting sunburn. It's something that will damage your skin. You saw it even happen to me. Sometimes you need to apply more if you're going to be out in the sun heavily, just that initial apply may not be enough. You may need to apply more throughout the day or use a dedicated sunscreen or whatever for your face. But the point is that stuff causes aging and it's not good. So again, thank you to Tiege Hanley for sponsoring this video. Click that link down below to get started for less than $1 a day. Get a free gift as well with their first box. Let's get into this one. And we're going to pick this up with MISSONI PARFUM. I do have a bottle of this one. It's sitting on top of the box. I figured, hey, might as well grab it. Might as well smell it. Very mature. It's one that is not really childlike or playful like maybe some of these other ones. It gets compared to Bleu de Chanel. And while I don't think it really smells like Bleu de Chanel, it definitely fits in that category, whereas very mature and kind of has this businessman, luxurious, kind of clean, fresh, and modern smell to it. Grapefruit, lavender, lemon, and birch are some of the main notes. Very citrus heavy with kind of a smoky woodiness in the base. Quality is fantastic. Presentation is also very nice as well. Magnetic cap, custom bottle, really nice package altogether. And typically in the right place, you're looking at $40, $45, maybe $50, which $50 kind of takes it out of the cheap category. But again, most times it's going to be $40 or so. You can get testers as well. And it's a really nice price scent. You get a bunch of scent and performance and quality for the price, and I think that's really cool. Next up, Halloween Man Shot. So you guys probably remember this one being hyped up a good while back. That was kind of before Halloween Man X. Now that one's kind of the main deal. But Halloween Man Shot, it was really going around and getting a lot of talk. It's got iris, vanilla, and cardamom, so it's kind of happening during that whole iris hype train, To be fair, it's not super strong on the iris. It's pretty modern, or it's pretty minimal there in terms of the iris, so it's not going to be too hard to pull off. It's still going to have that mass appeal. It's going to have a ton of sweetness, which we know works very well in this day and age. It's affordable. It's a strong performer. Really pushes out there. Quality is halfway decent for the price. It's a really good one that works well. Second to last fragrance, we have Guess Seductive Homme Blue. We've got cardamom, C notes, and pepper as some of the main notes. A little bit of a different twist on blue. It's not really blue ambroxan, but it is kind of on the fresher side with C notes, even though there is still some sweetness going on. I like it in the warm weather in the summertime. Some people don't want to pull that off when it's warm. For me, I've been having good luck with it. It's a $20, $25 cheapie. It opens up and develops nicely in the heat. I think it smells really nice. It's a big compliment getter. It's just one of those scents that's super likable, and it's really hard to mess up. For the price, for the performance, all things considered, it's a nice little gem to have around. It's even one that you could throw in your backpack, throw in your everyday carry bag or something if you have a laptop bag or briefcase or whatever. One that you could even toss in your vehicle. It's only 20 bucks if it ends up getting torched over the next few years from the heat and cold weather. You're only out 20 bucks. It's a nice little one to have as a spare. It's just one of those fragrances that really doesn't hurt to have around. Last up for this video, we have DUNHILL Icon Racing. Grapefruit, orange blossom, and lavender are some of the main notes. A little bit of an Invictus Aqua smell, but a little bit of a different twist. You know, it's definitely a polar opposite to DUNHILL Icon, which is very classy, kind of has this grape soda fizzy smell, but still it's a men's floral, and it's done in a very, very nice way to where even though it has a grape soda smell, and that may sound childlike, it still has this upscale, grown-up smell to it. Just really kind of a strange phenomenon that goes on with Icon, because the way I describe it may make it sound youthful, but the way it smells is the opposite. But with DUNHILL Icon Racing, much more youthful. That being said, it's affordable, it's a good performer, and it is very mass pleasing. You know, if that's what you're after, that's the one to go for. If you're after something that's going to blow you away, it won't do that, but it really does work well for your general uses out there in the real world. Alrighty guys, that's going to do it for me. 7 cheap and strong fragrances that always pull compliments. I will link these down below to discounters. That's the place to get them, so you can get them for a good price. And of course, Teach Hanley, thanks for sponsoring this video. And hopefully you guys can start taking care of your skin if you haven't already. You're going to see a huge difference. It won't take long to see that difference either. You start using these the boxes consistently for a week or so, you know, every day, and you'll start to see it really turn around. And trust me, it's worth it. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.